All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Kaiji, Season 2, Episode 26, the last episode
of this series. There are like some spin-off things or whatever, but like this is the last one for us. We're dealing with the end of Kaiji's story in the anime. There's probably some manga stuff that comes after this, but he beat the Bog, he beat Taya, he beat Kyoto, he saved the 45ers. Now he has to actually do some arithmetic and count out where 700 million is going.
This is where the fun problems.
This is where the fun problems begin, but also the whole thing of debts and interests and all that stuff.
What are you going to spend your money on?
You gotta make sure it all actually does line up, Kaiji. This could be a little scary for a bit.
That you make sure that you don't ever have to come back here.
Kaiji.
Because you're not, right?
You're not gonna come back here, right?
The only answer that I will accept is that you paid off a bunch of people's debts from down in hell, pulled them out of there, and now you're going back to save the others or something. That's it.
Right?
Because you're done.
Right?
This isn't an addiction, right?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that's the perfect way to end it. Kaiji can't give up his addiction. It's that this is why he's able to keep going with this. That's how he was able to convince Endo. That's how he was able to lead all these people here. He carries that flame of humanity within him.
Oh, totally.
But it is because of the conviction of his addiction.
Yeah. But for now, we celebrate.
We celebrate. So y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Sir, the order has just come in. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Whoa!
Oh shit.
お前ならできる。どこへ行こうと必ずその場を支配できる。策略、知略に長けた悪党だろ。
Wow!
All right.
這い上がってこい。言われつともそうするさ。当然だ。待ってろ。叩き潰す。
This is some sports anime rival bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck? I was not expecting this.
Me neither.
そして監禁。
Yeah.
見たことも想像したこともない大金。
729,100,000.
皆に祝儀。
Small gift for yes.
返済。何はともあれ、提愛の借金924万を返済する。きつやろ。あんな紙切れで人を奴隷扱いしやがる。
Fuck yeah.
All right.
How do you like
me now?
Yeah.
自由だ。借金ゼロ、金持ち、日本一の金持ち。
Yeah, we got. Yeah. That's right.
俺も。
Yeah! We're all rich, yeah!
億万長者。
Yeah, but about the debts though, you still do have to. Yeah, splitting is going to be interesting.
遠藤から借りた工作費、
Yeah,
当日の軍資金と利子。1億1326
Right. I
万
was gonna say, yeah.
遠藤へ途中の追加軍資金が遠藤と坂崎にそ
Right,
れぞれ返
good.
され
They're bringing those
残
up.
ったのは5億6812万
That's still so much.
That is a ton.
一人頭
Holy
1 億8937万
Oh my god.
割り切れない1万は開示がもらい分配終了
Nice. Frame that bill.
これは俺の無理だ遠慮は無用あとは飲もうぜ
Zawa Zawa.
Oh my God.
That's so terrifying that they have the Zawa Zawas going right now.
話してなかったっけ
Yep, paying off the 45ers. Yep.
俺には救わなきゃならねえ仲間が
Yep.
5人いるんだ今回俺がシャバでこんな爆死が打てたのも
Yep.
みんなの力なんだってわけだからその5人の救済借金返済だけは
And you don't know how big their debts are.
その費用が約5000
Oh,
万
okay, okay, never mind.
さらに残った1億4000万をその5人と俺では
Wow.
Oh my god.
今時珍しい友情熱き男ってわけだよせよ
I forgot how much I love Endo's voice.
なんでそうなるんかだから
So
大
good.
人ってのはなそういうもんなんだよ約束しましたしょうがねえ
Yeah.
さっきの一条の件といい大
Yeah.
雨進歩ゼロいずれ食い殺されるそんな考えじゃ救えねえ 人やわしが間違っとったみここ
Marry her.
遠慮しときます
No.
なんて慎み深い
And the ED suddenly makes sense.
気に入ったますます気に入った
I want to adopt you as my
Yeah.
son. Yeah, I mean he's been drinking a bunch, so.
Oh yeah.
Drinking very
No,
quickly.
you've had a bit of a day.
遠藤さん
No. Endo stealing from them all. No. No. Endo,
No.
you sick bastard.
Holy shit.
Too easy.
The fact that they didn't immediately take the cash and then put it in accounts, that's...
Yep.
Oh my god.
They had to celebrate.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. He hustled you so good.
お茶
Yeah, that is a true betrayal.
消えたぞ遠藤さんが
Oh my
And it's
god.
too easy.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he do
Why
it?
wouldn't he? Yeah. Oh wait.
Oh, because he's a saint. He only left him.
ないっていうか少ない俺の金ない
That's his kindness.
最後に俺がトイレで貸し付けた1000万その金利をもらっていなかった同封してあるあの時の借用書をよく見てほしい
Oh my god. You signed it without looking at the interest?
10分3割福利と
And we
俺があ
partied
の
for that
1000万
long.
を渡したのが午後12時15
Uh-huh.
分
It's all
大当たり
legally
が決まり
binding,
返
yeah.
済可能となったのが午後1時47分つまり1000万を3割福利で10回回した計算になりその金利は1億2785万になる
So he didn't take all his money.
No, 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 no.
お前に個人的に貸し付けた借金だからお前の取り分から受け取っていくぞ
Right.
悪く思うなよこれは俺の当然の
Yeah.
権利なのだ
I didn't even steal from you. You gave it
Wow.
to me. Holy shit! He's even better than I thought! Wow!
1億
Yeah, he's left with
8938万
only like
What?
1億
Yeah.
2785万を
And
取
so
られ
if you want to pay them back, it's gonna leave you with 11
nothing.
million.
yeah, yeah.
俺だけが
And here's the thing. I don't think he was planning on originally doing it until he realized that he
And
didn't.
now he's out of here. He's booking it. Yep.
わしもそろそろ行かんと
Yeah.
返さないかんからな
Endo
それで
left him
も
with
ネ
some
タ
money means he probably was telling the truth
馬
when
と
he
の
said
死
he
闘に
would
疲
pay
れ
for the stuff.
その数日前からの不眠それらが重なりカイジは寝た
出るはずのない沼の大当たりなどという異常事態に面食らい
Oh, we need to take your photo.
うっかり忘れちまった
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
最後の仕事を
忘れんなよバカ
Oh.
こんな大事なこと
お前またはめられたんだってな
You heard?
さっき遠藤が提愛に金を返しに来て話してたよ
Wow.
Holy shit.
お前まだ地下の仲間とやらを救うとかなんとか
Do you still want to
の
do
かま
it?
ってんだってなしかし今そのクソみてえな約束を保護にしちまえば全通り6000万強という大金が全てお前のものだ
悪魔のささやきってやつか
いや普通
本気も何も当たり前だろ裏切れるかよ仲間を
Whoa.
救い出す必ず
ああ噂通り変な男だ
Kaiji the leader.
いいだろう手配しよう
Fuck yeah.
それとは別に頼みがある、
え
Oh, yeah.
いるみんな間違いない連中だ地下の仲間横組だ
Oh.
やったあともう一人
本気かそれ
Oh.
あ
The sun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
なんで
The
またそん
sun.
な
Yeah,
関係
yeah,
ない
yeah, yeah,
男
yeah.
を
確かに
And that's gonna leave him with
一度
nothing,
顔合
won't
わ
it?
せただけ
Uh-huh.
預かっちまったんだ
He
その
did.
男の父親から
Fuck
昔
yeah.
ちょうどその男が救われる金
Just
1000万
enough. That's right.
もし石田のおっさんが生きてたらあんな野郎
Oh!
救ったに違いないんだなら救わなきゃよ
Alright.
俺が
Okay.
You're a fucking legend, Kaiji.
何はともあれ今1000万金が残ったんだから
Bro's gonna end up with that last bill that was split.
Yeah.
Yeah. That wasn't split. They just had to choose who to get it.
俺の
This
思いを
guy's
受け
just
入れ
like,
てく
you're
れて
Yeah.
changing my life right now.
Yep, yep.
救おうと言ってくれたら
One last game for them.
出してやってくれあの石田を
Oh my god.
あの男は
Did they decide? Of course they did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
did I change even a single heart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just like, where is he? Where is he? I need to thank him. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
わからん男だな。どうしたどうして会いに行かない
Yeah, this guy's
Yeah.
like almost
Uh-huh.
rooting for Kaiji here. He's like, come on, man. They wanted to see
い
you.
やないからあの金がな
I
い
can't face them?
バカな。ねえってことねえだろ。
パチンコで
あパチンコまさか、すっちまったのか ?10 万。1日で、おい
熱くなって気がついたら
聞きたかねえ、そんなクズの上等句。
This guy's like disappointed in him. Like, come
Yeah.
on, man.
You can do all this stuff, but
金がなくたって会うことぐら
sure.
いできるだろ。
Yeah.
そんなあったら絶対飲み食いになるじゃないですか金がないからおごってくれなんてとても
Oh, this is so
何言ってんだお
sad.
前。
Yeah.
いやなんていうか連中から見たら俺ヒーローだから
かーなんだその見えまったく。
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh my god. He's gonna hand him some
Go
money.
see
何があ
them.
るこれで奴らと合流してこい。
やる
And
やる
he's
って
gonna go right back to
Ta-da.
gambling.
ただ提愛が
提愛じゃねえ。
It's from
俺だ。
me. Yeah, you
Uh-huh.
affected me.
Yeah.
だから行け。合流してこい。クソヒーロ
You shitty excuse for a hero.
ー。行け。
優しいおじさん
さっさと消えろ。
Yeah. Fuck, man.
忘れませんこのご恩は一生
Yeah. The steak skewers.
Yeah.
カイジさん
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah! That's why the future's in our hands, yeah! Ah! Oh! Yeah!
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Oh my god.
Fucking
Holy
Endo.
shit. Yeah. Endo got him. I mean, I like it better than if he actually just stole from him.
Yeah. Right.
Because this is Endo's way, but it's also the thing of where he would never like take it in such a way that it would basically leave Kaiji with nothing. Like he still owes Kaiji for
Right.
setting him up
Yeah,
forever
exactly.
in this way, you know.
I wonder what would have happened if Kaiji had looked at the thing and he'd been like, Endo, come on, what the fuck? Like before, like back then, when Endo
Right.
was desperate, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Shy. Shy.
So now Kaiji has to suck up to Sakazaki and marry his daughters so that he'll
Marry into
actually
money.
marry into money. All right, that's
Okay.
it.
That's
Kaiji
it.
is over.
Yeah.
We got, in some ways, a better finale than I expected because there was no Hyodo, and
Yeah.
Hyodo's absence allowed for two really impactful things that I didn't expect. The Endo twist,
Yep.
which makes perfect sense.
Uh-huh.
But then also, two, the idea that he's not just freeing the 45ers, he needs to free himself.
Right.
Kaiji didn't learn the lesson, and
Nope.
Endo made sure he learned one half of the lesson
Yeah.
by making sure he lost all that money there. But
And
the other part of it is just what are you really getting out of this, Kaiji? If you have money, you're just gonna throw it away in pachinko.
And I think there's a very good chance that Endo would have taken the money regardless.
Oh yeah.
But I think there was that part of him that was debating it. And then that was how he was able to like do it with a good conscience, so to speak.
Right.
Because he's like, no, he's a sucker, he's an addict. I'm doing him a favor by getting rid of this money because he'll just throw it away anyways, you know. And so, you know,
partially, but I think what the thing was is that he hadn't actually filled in what the interest was, so he could just add it in later. And then he's like, "Here, I have a copy of the contract that you signed," like an idiot. And
right, because Kaiji would never willingly want to give up that money, and Endo doesn't want to have to deal with them fighting him for it, or any of that kind of
So
stuff.
he basically is like, "Oh, you know, this is the only way I could do this. You know, obviously it sucks, but I never took the interest you owed on that last 10 million I lent you in the bathroom, which it could have been added in right at that point when it was done there, but it also could be the specific thing where he's like, oh, no, this was typed in, see right here. I didn't edit this in at some point later or anything like that. You just didn't look at it too close, Kaiji, because you thought this was a standard contract.
Right.
And it's the, no, I have a really hyper-specific one.
Because he was planning on screwing you over from before the gambling day even started.
Right. But
potentially at least.
Yeah. But the idea that things all luckily landed in such a way where he still had 61 million to be able to save not just the 45ers, but also Ishida's son.
Yeah.
That is such a cool twist of fate in that Kaiji ends this whole thing with nothing, to the point where the one Tay I remember that he actually reached by his actions of deciding to settle everything with the 45ers in this way ends up with him being like, bro, you're pathetic.
Yeah.
Go to them. They're your friends. What the fuck is this false pride bullshit? Take this 30,000 and go.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite part of the episode.
Yes. Yeah. Highlight moment of the season, even not necessarily the highlight, but definitely one of them, because there's the excitement of the gambling and the stakes and the oh my god, and Kaiji needs to save his friends and everything, but it's also like the commentary on addiction and gambling and
shame,
money and the way it affects us, and all of these things, right? It's not just Endo that screwed him over. Sakazaki also is like, oh, as soon as you don't have it, I'm going to leave you high and dry because I don't want you to... Sakazaki has plenty of money, but even then he was commenting on how, oh man, Endo ended up with more than me, right? That's all he can think about, rather than the fact that you've got more money than you
know what to do with,
right?
Yeah.
And so at the end here, then after Kaiji does all of these things, is super sacrificial and all this stuff, when it gets to the point where it's still the I have no money and I know it's because I did a bad thing, right? Even though it's something that in the grand scheme of things isn't going to impact things too much. No. The amount that Kaiji gambled and lost was trivial in the actual numbers standpoint.
Yeah.
But as far as what it means for him, because he knew that was a bad idea, he knew he wanted to hang out with his friends, and he, went back to his own shit, basically, right? Now he can't stand to face them.
Right.
All because he doesn't have money and he couldn't pay for things and he can't bear to, to basically see if they'll pay for his food or whatever, right? When, that's as if that they would have a problem with that.
Right.
They wouldn't have a problem with that at all. And the guy knows that so much, even though that Kaiji is helpless in his own state because he won't do anything, right? That he just gives him some money himself.
Yeah.
Right? Because no, you idiot. That's what's important. Go hang out with them.
Yeah. I want to ask something of you. This might have been something that they just omitted in the subtitles via localization or whatever. But he said that he reasoned that there is 600,000 left, and a sixth of that would be yours if you divided that up amongst the 45ers.
Right.
And he's like, wait, what happened to that money? And he's like, wait, you squandered the $100,000 in one day. And so what I'm curious is that what he's basically saying is that he's not that he's broke. It's that he's got 500,000 with him, but he's already resigned to give that to the 45ers, so he can't bear to look at them with nothing. So that makes this even more sad, is that it's not that he feels guilty because he gambled all their money that he was going to give them as well.
Yeah, it's because he gambled his own money.
It's that he gambled his own money, and he's like,
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. I'm a loser for losing, not for gambling.
Yeah.
So it's like, wait, Kaiji, you really didn't learn this lesson. And this guy went out of his way to make sure that you, like,
would at least,
well, in some ways were slapped upside the head and be like, bro, wake up. No, you're giving them each something to show that you stayed true to who you were.
Right.
And your promise to them, all the way down to the point where you still got, bamboozled and he lost everything.
And he was the guy who was kind of rubbing salt in the wound of, Endo got you. He was celebrating and all bragging about it and stuff.
Oh yeah, he was definitely getting his rocks off on laughing.
You
at
sure
stupidity.
you still want to pay off their stuff because like you basically have no money now. And,
61 million.
It's not
$610,000.
That's a lot of money, but like if you pay it off, you're not gonna have much.
No, you're not.
So that's And
I love that it was still such a solid amount of money that like if you think about it in terms of like $600,000, that is such a stupidly large amount of money.
Yep. Especially for when this would have been made.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But even then, just the idea of having that amount for Kaiji, and at no point does he feel even the slightest bit of temptation. He just goes along.
Right,
with
because
this.
he got so screwed over multiple times by people breaking their word and cheating on him and backstabbing him and things like that.
Sure, you could look at it that way, but I choose not to, because I'm trying to look at it with the tension of he has such shame for himself, not with regards to losing the money and everything for them, but that he ended up gambling the money away. He ended up losing it. It's not that the money's just gone, it's that he feels shame for himself being the one that did it.
Right.
And it's like, in some ways, it's the gambler's fallacy at it again, thinking that it was your fault that you lost the money.
Yes.
But no, it's your fault that you gambled. It's the fact that you went to gamble it at all that's the problem. So while you set up all this stuff with the bog so that you weren't gambling, at the end you still ended up wanting to chase the high. And
in fact, it was the same high of the bog because you did pachinko. You didn't do something else.
You did something that was conveniently just right next to you. You didn't even really, you path of least resistance. You just kind of drained like water towards the nearest sinkhole.
And especially after how you managed to beat the bog and everything, you know how those things work. It's a rigged game. So he knows exactly how they work. It's just so fun to think about the fact that he still held on to the promise. He didn't gamble 600,000. He gambled 100,000. Yep.
So, I just love this mess of a character where he can be not broke technically because he still has the 500,000. He could lie and say, "I don't have that money. I have nothing. I lost it all." But he's so already committed to the promise of what he's going to do.
Yep.
But he's so willing to lie to himself about having a chance of getting something with the 100,000 that he threw away to pachinko because I just got 700 million. I can do anything. I'm gonna, if I,
the fact that I got screwed over by Endo, that's fine. I'll
win it all back. It'll be fine.
Yeah. It's a weird
such a
maybe
contradiction.
comparison, but my worst MOBA games are after I dominate in a previous game.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I don't realize that like, no. The things that you were doing at the end because you were overpowered and stuff, you can't do at the beginning of the previous games. You have to actually make the win so that you can then do those things.
Right.
And then you go back in and you're like, yeah, this is going to be great. And then you do terribly and you're like, oh, that's right. Okay. Yes. All right. Yeah. Remember, but yeah. And I feel like that's what happened here,
Yeah.
So
Baka.
And to even do the gambling thing, the problem is not that you gambled the 100,000 in a day.
What? Yeah.
I mean, that's part of the problem, but the bigger problem than that is the fact that after you do that, you're so hung up in the shame over what you did,
right,
that
yes.
then you are a mess where you're not even doing anything, right? Like, you could have even been like, hey guys, I'm gonna hang out with you. I'm just gonna be doing like, I'm not really gonna be getting anything because I'm broke.
I can only afford a couple little bits of thing here. I can't do that.
Yeah.
But the idea of being so built up as this hero, being the thing that holds him in his shame, I love that so much, because so many people will think that like, if I just get past this great big hump by like having this sweet, wondrous, serendipitous, miraculous victory, then I will change. Then I will have the opportunity to do all this stuff. And it's like, no, actually, we learn from failure. We learn when we actually hit the pain centers. And Kaiji didn't learn because he won. In some ways, Endo gave him the slap to be like, you need to learn this, not so that you be selfish and you give up all of your stuff in that regard, or you give up your promise. What Endo was almost teaching him was that, like, if you're going to gamble like this, you have to be ready to lose everything. Like, you didn't look at the contract. That's on you.
Yeah.
Like, I am a shady fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I absolutely blame Endo for sure for doing this, but the fact that he signed so quickly on the dotted line for that, I love as the cheeky twist of this whole thing, that it's the you got wrapped up in the whole thing.
Right, and it wasn't,
you were gambling.
And there wasn't even something that I thought might have been a thing where Endo was saying like, and I specifically avoided telling you, like reminding you to pay the interest, so you paid the base, but you didn't pay the interest. So all the time we were partying, it kept No, it's the once you won from the bog,
as fairly as possible.
While still making it be 30% every 10 minutes.
Oh yes.
And so it's like damn, like, and Kaiji, you thinking that would be your friends knowing that you're a gambling addict would be a problem because then they wouldn't see you as the invincible hero. In fact, I would bet that would probably increase their chances of not going back to gambling now that they're out, because they would see that their hero isn't actually a superhero after all.
Right.
They're human. And that means that maybe they could be like you, not in going to gamble on the bog and all that stuff, but in that you were able to do this awesome thing that they would never have thought possible. Oh, hey, maybe I don't know my own strengths either, right? I don't know what I could do if, they take this chance that they've been given, for instance.
Or at the very least, just work with other people in that regard.
Yeah.
That is something what this is all kind of summed up to, is that Kaiji couldn't have made it out of that whole hellhole without the 45ers. It was impossible.
Yep.
The mental load and emotional and physical burden that it would have been was too much for Kaiji to handle in a singular sense.
Right.
And thus the full lesson that the guy ends up slapping him, upside the head with his 30,000 to make sure he gets it, is such a beautiful thing to come from then someone who represents the organization that has been abusing all these people and stuff, because it's this guy is just a person.
Right.
He's not some evil organization or anything like that.
And he's not going to like leave his job in the Tei group or anything like that.
No.
He's still in it.
He's going to still do his thing.
Yep.
But you reached him, Kaiji, by the same thing that reached the 45ers.
Exactly.
Your dedication and your heart and your words. So, hey, keep all that and you stay with the 45ers. You all end up helping and supporting each other. You build a little community. You guys can do this. You can get out of this. And yes, do we still decry and rail against the
Endos and the Hyodos?
Well, the Endos and the Hyodos, but also the system set up to try and funnel people like little, pachinko balls towards the casinos and the places where we're going to exploit you for your every last drop of your lifeblood. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. And in a lot of ways, the aspect that I feel like, makes sense to be the thing that lets Endo know that Kaiji didn't learn his lesson is when he says the thing to Ichijo. Very impactful, very meaningful, and for the sake of Ichijo, I think that definitely will end up being helpful and that it'll give him something to strive for, hope, all that stuff. Lift him out of despair. But from a practical standpoint, no, you're never getting out of there. That is not happening. No. And Kaiji letting himself live in that delusion that maybe I didn't just ruin somebody's life. Is the same kind of delusion that, well, sure, yeah, right, because he doesn't want to deal with the, oh, fuck, I did that. But it's also the, if I go into this random pachinko parlor,
right,
maybe it'll work this time, you know? Right? And it's like, no, that's, wake the fuck up. It's not how it works.
Not how it works. Yeah. So, as far as finale goes, focusing on Kaiji's contradictory nature as a character, focusing on the flaws that he has, allowing him another chance to get out of this whole thing before he ends up gambling the remaining 500,000, which also, I want to go a little bit deeper here. Kaiji was not going to go see those friends.
I think he already gave the 500,000 to them because he...
No. Oh, you're saying that he gave it to the guy to then give to them.
Distribute to them. Yeah.
So that...
So he had... And that's probably one of the things that would add to the shame is that he probably is thinking, yeah, if I still had that 500,000, I would have gambled it too.
Oh.
You know?
Okay. Then, yeah, I need to redact a bunch of my interpretations of this. Did you just forget it too until now?
Well, I didn't see it as inherently contradicting with the things that you were saying because Kaiji still made the, you know, he is the person that would gamble the last of his 100,000, and he is also the person that would completely unnecessarily, you know, give 500,000 to his other friends when they would have absolutely been just happy.
Right, but you knew that he had already given it to them before this scene happened.
I mean, I figured.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, still is really impactful for him to have kind of had this moment with the Taya group member here. And now that he's actually with them, we get, in some ways, our happiest ending in that we don't follow up with him tomorrow when he decides to then take the maybe 10,000 that they all pooled together to give to Kaiji to help set him up so that he can, get some clothes, get some get ready to set up so he doesn't become homeless here.
Right, be able to still work at his convenience store jobs or whatever.
Right. Or maybe so that they all can pool together and get some kind of residence so that they can work somewhere.
Yeah, be a support system for each other while they get back on their feet and stuff.
When they all start inevitably realizing how dead end this is, and they are all going to inevitably start gambling again.
Who knows?
This is a very interesting show in that it plays so much into the protagonist cannot be stopped energy and no matter what, and yet the cruel, harsh reality of this world built around money.
It will be for nothing.
You will slave away for this thing.
Right, and you'll never actually be ahead. Yeah.
God.
Yep. Which keeps then the story going because,
it's a vicious cycle, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the show.
That is the show.
That's the show.
That was a wonderful last episode.
Wonderful, yeah. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction discussion of the next show, go check out the link in the description below. For our Patreon, you can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. And also be sure to check out our Twitch channel, so you have any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.